Who's gonna win? Oh, I saw a heart. What's up, JJJM1920? Gold star. Tulio Gama, silver. Zach Lord Spam, bringing in the bronze. How's everybody doing tonight? Saturday. Saturday, 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 Saturday night's all right. It's maybe my favorite Elton John song. I don't like. That's not true. That's not my favorite Elton John song, but it's one of them. What's up, gang? Well, I'm just gonna give us a few more minutes to see how many other people join us, and then where is new movie? I don't know, Munish. I don't know where is new movie. I gotta go make one first. Oh, down out there in Marble Falls, are you? Hello, Peru. Who else? Ooh, hello from Tijuana. Buenas noches, Tijuana. Te amo, te amo. I love you right back. Thank you. I love this tank top too. You can get this actually at flowsubs.com. I mean, I think you got to order some subs and then you can add to cart. It's happening. It's all happening, guys. Hello, Indonesia. I know you need a Chuck. I'm trying to make a Chuck movie. I feel like we've talked about this. Don't we always talk about this? Your nephew's obsessed with my Sesame Street song. Thank you. I love that song. I'm really proud of it. I think we did a good job with it. You should really take a walk on this lovely sunny day. I mean, it's not really. It's a lovely, not so sunny night at the moment. Hello, Birmingham, Alabama. Alabama. Where are you two boys from? Alabama, sir. Are you brothers or something? We are not of relation. Little Forrest Gump. All right. Well, I think we've hung out long enough. Hello, Maine. Tay Matthias of Maine. Hello. Boise, Idaho. Hey, Boise. Bahamas. God, I mean, isn't the internet insane? Guys, this is insane. This is insane that we get to do this. Any of the millennials or younger out there, I know this seems like normal. This is like normal to you. This is not normal. We didn't used to have supercomputers in our fucking pockets that were capable of doing all manner of cool things. Also not so cool things, but lots of cool things, including instant live clear HD video that you could go all into the world. Like, come on. It's magic. It's insane. It's like we're all wizards, Harry. We're all just magic. And Monterrey, Mexico. Hello, Farma. Hello, Farma. All right, so a couple of things. First and foremost, what's on the agenda tonight? I should probably write these things down. That would make these a lot easier. First and foremost, the convention schedule. So I posted something, Instagram post with the best idea that I have of what my future convention schedule looks like and is going to look like. Obviously, all of that stuff is subject to change depending on other work and whatnot, and it's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles in the convention world. But I always, even with other work, I always try to juggle all the conventions as well. Anyone who's come out, you understand, like it's so worth it. It's so worth it to go spend time with you guys, and I just find a lot of delight in it, and I feel like I get to do what I'm made to do. So I hope you can come and make it to any number of those conventions. Multiple, if you like. Totally up to you. I know, Rosa, you're probably watching out there. You'll watch this later. Rosa's been to, you've probably been to more conventions that I've done than anybody else. And I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that you go out of your way to support me. It's not lost on me. Like, I see that and I value that, and I super appreciate you guys. And I can't, I would not be in this place in my career right now were it not for all the lovely folks that are like quite literally watching this live right now, or that will watch it later, or that will come to conventions or not, or whatever. Yeah. So anyway, that's the best schedule that I can muster at the moment. Again, subject to change. There might be some other conventions that even pop up, and I'll try to give everybody a heads up on all that stuff. So go to that post if you want to double check on those dates. In those conventions, we got Fan Expo Boston next weekend, 2 weekends from now. Then Fan Expo Toronto, the following weekend after that. Then Dragon Con the weekend after that. And then I think there's a little bit of a break, like maybe 1 week or so. And then Rose City Comic Con mid-September. And then Big Easy would be in November. Anyway, check your local listings, whatever. I don't want to belabor all that stuff. A bigger reason why I wanted to do a live with y'all is because I'm super grateful that I am going to be able to make it to New York to be a part of Covenant House. Covenant House's Sleep Out, which I did last year with the cast of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And because I'm an alumnus, so I was invited to go and do the Sleep Out with them again, and it's just an incredible night, y'all. I'll be doing live streaming that night. It's August 19th, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's the 19th. And Rachel Brosnahan and myself and some other lovely folks from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and from Amazon are going to be there and support as a cast and as a unit. And there's other amazing casts of other shows, both television, film, and also Broadway. That's how it started. It was a Broadway show, kind of Sleep Out, and then Rachel, I think, was one of the people who kind of helped spearhead that, hey, maybe it could also be New York TV shows and films as well. So it's wonderful. Covenant House, go check them out, covenanthouse.org. Again, I'm pretty sure. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure it's covenanthouse.org. They're just a really groovy group of folks who are quite literally doing the Lord's work. I mean, they are helping to love and rehabilitate the hearts and minds of a lot of neglected youth. Kids that are growing up in not just the United States, North America, and even some spots outside of North America, if I believe, or if I'm remembering correctly. But what they provide are essentially, it's way more than a halfway house. I mean, it's something that these young men and women can go and live in indefinitely, so long as they're abiding by, all of the various, rehabilitations and trainings and help and, abiding by the code and all that stuff. You can live there indefinitely, and you can learn trades. You can get an education. They literally help you go and get education, oftentimes providing it themselves on site, and then get job placements and making sure that people can find a living for themselves later on as they, reacclimate into the real world. Covenant House is just doing incredible work in that department, and I was so honored to get to be a part of the Sleep Out last year, and now I'm super stoked to be a part of it this year. So I also, it's in my bio. If you go to my bio, there's a link in my bio, and you can go to that. It's like a no picture. I don't know how to change my page there, so there's no picture, but it is me, and any little bit that you guys could donate toward it would be amazing. And if you don't have any money to offer, that's obviously totally fine. If Covenant House is something that you feel like, kind of resonance with, then maybe consider finding your most local chapter of it and volunteering there if you don't have any money to give, or energy, talent, all of that stuff. It's all, and the night of the sleep out, or just any time, if you're somebody who's a praying type, if that's all you got, if all you have to spare are some words and some time from from your own home, that's beautiful. Do that. There's a lot of people out there trying to do good in the world because they have the time and the resources or energy or whatever. Not all of us do. So if you don't, just pray for those who do. I'm sure they could use that and would love that. What else? I don't know. I feel like there were some other things I wanted to talk about, but now I mean, mental health. Talk about. I can't not talk about that. Flynn. That's right. Nerthetic X. I genuinely don't understand how some people come up with their handles. I guess there's like 9 billion people in the world, so we all have to figure something out. But it just sometimes it makes for name. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that name even mean? I don't know. Or you can't read it because it's like 5 consonants in a row. You're like, I don't. Like Ion Claw, I can read that. Carla Burling, yeah. Jennings, Spain. Is it Jennings, Pain? Or is it Jennings, Spain? España. It's very dubious. Don't be dubious. Don't be dubious. How is life? Asks Jilly Swag. It's really good. It's really good. It's not, I don't know that life is ever without certain, uncomfortableness or pain sometimes, or the not as ideal things that we wish that we didn't feel and that we're all kind of working toward not feeling, anger, fear, things of that nature. I feel like I don't know. I feel so blessed. Even in the midst of when I feel like it's a shitstorm, I'm actively trying to be grateful even in the shitstorm. And I think that has a direct correlation to the amount of peace and joy that you feel then really at any given time in your life. And then what's beautiful about that is that if you can, and it's like it's like a muscle, like you got to work it out. It's not like just second nature, but I think that if you, it is covenanthouse.org. Thank you very much, Pandora's Box. See, that one I could understand. What were we talking about? Oh dear, I can't. Now I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. That's not good. I need to take more ginkgo biloba, I think. Anyway. Damn it. Felt like I was on a roll, too. As a matter of fact, yes, I am praying for the victims in Texas. And again, I would encourage everybody else to do the same thing. This is... I don't know really what to say about it because I feel like anything that I'm about to say right now sounds hollow or shallow or trite or and words aren't. We don't need more words. We need action. And I'm not even, by the way, trying to tell anybody what that action is. I think it's a very, very complex issue, like almost everything else in this country, in this world, and things become very polarizing, and we can get to the answers, but we got to stop demeaning the other side and yelling at the other side of all of these different issues. We gotta forgive, and we gotta be patient, and fuck. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really have words for tragedies like this, other than it is a tragedy. It is an absolute fucking tragedy. And some not just some things need to be done in order for us to all be on the same page of what the solutions are. I don't think we should be coming to, and I don't think real solutions are come to by only half of the people. I think actual, real, true, good, long-lasting, significant solutions our baseline truth, and therefore with enough patience and enough love, we can get everybody on board. You don't have to, I don't think we need to bludgeon people into what we think they ought to do. I think we can just be super loving and graceful as we get them there, trusting that it's just because they just might be a little uneducated on certain things, guys. I mean, ignorant. I would say ignorant, except that obviously, to call somebody ignorant, that's become kind of people use that as a weapon, and I'm not trying to weaponize that at all. I think ignorance is just not knowing, right? That's what ignorance is, and we're all ignorant. FYI, we're all ignorant. Every single person on this planet, because every person on this planet only knows this much. Like, even the most smart, the most intelligent, the most knowledgeable, the most experienced, the Dalai Lama. And by the way, the Dalai Lama would probably, I would assume, I don't know the Dalai Lama, but I would imagine he'd probably say something similar, like, you don't know, we don't know. We don't know, and that's good. That's actually good. That means life is far more dynamic and robust than we could even make it out for. And we just gotta, I think, own that we don't know. And then that should hopefully, bring us down a notch, and then we can be open to hear the person across from us, so long as they can say, "Oh, I don't know either. Let's figure it out. Let's get to the bottom of it." And there's a lot we need to get to the bottom of. I mean, literally every single issue that is polarizing this country and kind of even the world. I don't want to just end. I don't want to just end by saying this country, because really the whole world is struggling with a lot of the same issues, and the ways in which we value certain things and don't value other things, and that's cultural and religious and geographical, and I mean, and it's everything. But we can get there, guys. I really believe it with everything in me. We can get there. We just gotta give a fuck about other people. We just gotta love. We gotta love. You gotta love, and you gotta know that people are. I really believe they in their mind they think they're doing their best. So you got to give them that, at least that, I think, and try. And by the way, it doesn't mean go and be stepped all over or beat up, or, this is not like go have no boundaries and try and kumbaya your way to a solution. I'm not saying that. Healthy boundaries are part of changing this world. We need to be able to look at people who are doing wrong and stop them without hating them. Does that make sense? There are people that are doing what those who are at least enlightened enough to understand that what they're doing is something that is negative, that is toxic, that is bad for the world, but they don't know that. We shame people because we assume, we think, oh, well, clearly they should know better. Except I honestly don't think that they do. If they did, I don't think they would be doing it. Somewhere deep down inside their heart or in their mind, they are broken. They are fucked up. They need help. They need to be loved on some level. You know what I mean? And so let's start there. All you need is love. Ba 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 ba. All you need is love. Ba 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 ba. All you need is love, love, love. Love is all you need. Crested Caracas on my property? No. What's a crested Caraca? That sounds awesome. Or is it horrible? Is it something I don't want on my property? Yes, I am chewing on ice. I mean, love is kind of all you need. I know that sounds so ridiculous, not ridiculous, but I mean, I know that sounds so, I don't know, hippy-dippy, kind of over-spiritual, and I'm certainly not trying to boil it all down to love doesn't necessarily, do everything. I mean, I'm not just loving the light switches to turn on and off. I'm not loving my car instead of putting gas in it. And there's hard work to be done in this world, obviously. And just from a human nature perspective, there's many other things that we need to put into this world in our existence other than love. But I think if we all understood love better, which a lot of people don't, I certainly didn't. I really didn't. I don't know that I knew what love was prior to understanding how to first love myself. I genuinely don't. I don't. And I'm still on that journey. I'm still learning in that, but I feel like I've definitely come a long way in the last couple of years, and that's helped me to understand love a bit better, and that's helped me to be even more optimistic about where we can go in the world, because I do think it's so powerful. I think love is unbelievably powerful, but real love, true love, whole love, full love, not just like you're attracted to somebody, which, by the way, that's not even love anyway, FYI. That's infatuation and lust, and love or some kind of sentiment of love can be wrapped up into that based on all of our many definitions of love. But I'm talking about like real love. I'm talking about valuing valuing anything outside of you merely because it deserves to be valued and not because it serves you in some purpose. I think we need to love our planet. We need to love the environment, all the flora and the fauna. We need to love it because it loves us, right? Like, we only exist because the trees are still converting all of our CO2 into breathable oxygen. Like, how can you not love trees, guys? But we're not taught to. We're genuinely not taught to. I mean, some people are, and nowadays people are, kids are growing up with cartoons and shit that are a little more woke or whatever. I don't know, but I still think Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street are the most woke shit that any kid has ever gotten to watch. Like, that's some real like deep life lesson stuff. Mr. Rogers, I mean, did you guys go see that documentary? I cried. I wept by myself. I probably already said this on Instagram before. I wept like through the movie. Went by myself. I was in a little theater in New York. It's probably, 30 people in the audience. Wept and wept and wept and wept. What an amazing man who did such amazing selfless work and who loved, guys. He loved. That's what I'm talking about. That love. Mr. Rogers wasn't loving so he could become famous. Mr. Rogers wasn't loving so he could become rich. Mr. Rogers was loving because that's what he knew, like, our most significant job in this world is. Whatever your actual job is, great, fine, perfect. But that's not what I'm fucking talking about. I'm talking about your job as an individual, as a person, as a human being. That is our first job. To love. I think. And feel joy. That's like right after. That's like number 2, right after love. Anyway. Yeah. So, what was I talking about? Need that ginkgo biloba. So we got to do more of that. My Portuguese is really bad. I'm not going to go stumble around sounding like a dum-dum trying to speak Portuguese. I literally can say pau de queijo, but I'm that wasn't even right. Like, I sound like I know what I'm saying, but I don't really actually know what I'm saying. Portuguese is tough, y'all. It's like the most difficult of the romantic languages to me. It's got its own little kind of like, sauce on it, which is beautiful. I have a hard time, and typically I'm pretty good with accents and stuff, but like, y'all, it's kind of like French. Like, actually, I think Portuguese is closer to French than Spanish to me, even though the word structure isn't. But you guys have words that I mean, literally, it's like a 7-lettered word, and you pronounce one syllable. Like, all the other letters are silent. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that in French, and I don't know how to do that in Portuguese. Hi, Indian fan. That's what you asked me to say. Say hi, Indian fan. So, help you. I hope you don't really, like, I hope that's a joke and you're not in danger or something like that. I guess let us know, please, if that was the case. Any particular... Oh, yeah, do you live on a ranch because you want to live off the land? Yeah, kind of. I mean, eventually I would love to have a whole farm-to-table situation here, but... no, I live on a ranch because I want to quite literally attempt to build a better world, which I won't go into detail about right now, but at the right time, you know, I'll let everybody know what that means. But yeah, I don't know. I've had all these crazy Willy Wonka dreams, and I'm a little bit of a crazy person who can't stop thinking about shit that I think could be better. I just think that if something can be better, it should be better. That's what I believe. Philosophically, I believe that if it can be better, it should be better. And the only reason why if we know something can be better, the only reason why we don't make it better, ultimately, is because everyone's sitting around going, well, who benefits? Who gets the money? Like, who's going to pay for it? And all that stuff. But it's like, okay, everyone. Like, if all of a sudden we could make, I don't know. Well, we do. We make things better all the time. But sometimes there's very specifically not being made better because it's all bottom line. It's a big business who is like, well, yeah, we could put that money into that, but we could also not. People will be fine, and we'll make more money on the bottom line. And I go, that's stupid. I just think that's stupid thinking. To invest into your product because you're investing into people is the best thing that you can do with anything that you want to create in this world. I think. Make it the best damn thing you can possibly make it, and get it to people for the most, affordable price that you can give it to them for. And build trust and relationship with your consumer base, and, let them know that you give a fuck about them and their lives and their families and their futures. And go do it that way. That's conscientious capitalism, I think. Go crush it in the world. Go make all of the monies. Know full well that money's not going to bring you happiness, but if, the idea is to go make the monies to go make the world a better place, even more so go make all the monies and go make the world a better place. We can do it, guys. We can do it. I promise. What do we got here? I don't know if I'm going to make an appearance at LA Comic-Con anytime soon. I genuinely, I don't know. The con schedule, I was about to announce a whole, I'm not getting into that. The con schedule's been a little bit in flux. But I'm super pumped to go to the ones that I'm going to. I would love to make it to LA Comic-Con at some point. It's just all a matter of scheduling and all that kind of stuff. Anytime if I'm not looking here, I'm looking down at FanX Salt Lake is, Salt Lake Comic-Con and FanX Salt Lake are, they're just some of the best shows. They're so good. Yeah, the organizers, the fans out there, y'all are just awesome. You're so awesome. You're so kind. You're so warm. You're so loving. Just always have a lovely time out there. One of my favorite memories from filming Shazam, I don't know, probably when I went into this club with the rest of the adult supercast, and Megan Good was by far the most recognizable person in that group of people. And I was wearing like my baseball cap and some hoodie or something, and some dude fully mistook me to be her bodyguard, and that made me feel so good about myself. Made me feel so good about myself. I'd like to come back to Denver. I had a great time out there too. I'd love to come back to Sydney. I had a great time there too. I've got a few more minutes. I'm gonna bounce. So if there's anything super important that you need to ask, now is that time. No, Zoe Malik, I love you more. And stop it, you're a savage. Flow para México, por favor. Sí, pero no ahora. Después. Mother, what is later in Spanish? Después? Más tarde. Oh, man. Ven a Chile porfis? I don't know what that means. A mi casa, at your house, that I understand. Sí, después. Wait, so it is después or más tarde? I don't know. All right. I think I'm gonna. No, you know what? I'll give it till 11. I'll give it a couple more minutes. So. By the way, have y'all seen Fleabag? I feel like I've talked before about Fleabag. But it's this insanely good show on Amazon. The second season came out not too long ago. It's written by and starring this immensely talented woman named Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who, I mean, like the performance, it's so inspired. It is both 100% hysterical and 100% heartbreaking, like all just layered on top. That's 200%. I know that that's mathematically impossible, but you have to go with me on this. It's that good. It's a mathematically impossible show, and it very much succeeds. And the second season takes the first season and just continues to build on that magic. So anyway, go check that out if you get a shot. Yes, have I seen Game of Thrones? What? Huh? Of course. I saw all of it. I don't know. I don't know where to begin with it. I loved it. I loved almost all of it. That's where I'll end that statement. You all can just put together whatever you want to put together from that. AKA Mackelmom, yeah, I think I've been getting enough sleep. I don't know. What's enough? 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours? Oh, The Boys, I saw the previews for that. Yeah, I think I'm going to check that out. Please say hi to you. You're crying. Why are you crying? There's no crying in baseball. What do we got? What do we got? What do I do for fun in Texas? Y'all, I do all of the things. I mean, now that I've got a bunch of acreage of land on the river, like I'm kind of living all of my childhood dreams. I mean, first my childhood dreams were getting to be a superhero and all that stuff, obviously. But like, like I never had a dirt bike when I was a kid. I had friends that had dirt bikes, and I wanted one so bad. I wanted to go and know what that's like. And my family was kind of a little lower middle class. We didn't have money. We didn't have extra cash to be thrown around on anything, really. And so to be an adult and have done well enough in my life to, get some dirt bikes and ATVs and side-by-sides and just go, literally just go live my life. It's so dreamy. I'm so grateful. So grateful. And I do. Well, we have a cat, Pam Pastry. We do have a cat. One of my good buddies, Ryan, who has moved here to the property, he found a little kitten in the middle of the road, seemingly abandoned by its mother. And it was a super hot day, and it was on the other side of the road. He screeched around, came around, picked this little kitten up out of the road, got it to the vet, saved its life. Its name is Tex. Fitting. And, that's going to be our first cat. But I prefer my dog hardcore. Not just because my dog is so awesome, but also because cats are so evil. They're one step removed from tangible evil, I think. Cats. In general. Big cats, small cats. Domesticated or otherwise. I think cats have been fooling us this whole time. Making us think that we've domesticated them, but really, house cats are by far the most devious. They're like, oh, we've got them right where we want them. They haven't domesticated us. They're domesticating. You know what I mean? Like, they're domesticating us. That's what cats are doing, I think. Dogs are just loyal and awesome and squirrel, and all that kind of stuff. All they want to do is love us. Cats are just using us for whatever whims or survival, but to an extent, they could survive without us. They don't need human beings. They could be going and hunting rodents and birds and fish out of the streams. We're just making it really easy for them. They've trained us. Dogs just got lucky because they're not manipulative enough. Dogs aren't. Some are. I've met some manipulative dogs. And by the way, I've also met some not as manipulative cats. But by and large, cats are just, they're selfish little fuckers, and they'll eat you as soon as you die. I don't know if you know that, but they will. Cats, it's science. It's settled science. A cat will start eating you the second, maybe even seconds before. I don't have the literature in front of me. But a dog's going to wait at least a week or two, or never, because they're a dog and they're awesome and they're from heaven. And that's all I have to say about that. And my favorite dog breed is a blue heeler. Mutt. Of some kind. Which my blue is. Oh, my boy Blue. He's just sleeping over there. Okay. Well, I feel like we did it. Guys, we did it. As always, thank you for spending your time with me. I know that there are plenty of other things you could be doing with your time. So it's cool that you guys, carve it out and we have these little lives and hangouts. And like I said, I'm going to try and do them more often, particularly from the mental health standpoint, just checking in and sending love. I think that the internet has been abused for a long time, and now we can take the power back. We can take it, and we can use the internet and social media and all that stuff that has been abusive and toxic, and we can redeem it, and we can use it to spread light and life and love. And if we do that, we can genuinely heal the world. I believe it with everything in me. I believe that we're living not in a precipice of doom, but actually a precipice of enlightenment, a precipice of love. I think I know it to look at the news, any news, right now, makes you feel like we're fucked. And I encourage you to at least try to silence those voices and instead hold on to a hope that I believe is a really solid bet. Hold on to the hope that this is actually the birth pangs of something that's going to be far better and far greater and far richer as human experience for everyone all over the world. And then once we get our shit together, I mean this, guys, once we get our shit together globally, that's when God lets us go to other planets. That's when, all of a sudden, warp drive, we got it. I know I've said this before, but I mean it. This is what's gonna happen. So, that's that. I guess you couldn't get your question answered. I'm sorry, Sonny. 2T17. See, like, I don't know. 2T17. 2017? I don't know. Okay, guys. I promise. All right. Have a great night. Love you. Bye.